What's going on, guys? Today, as you can see, our pool filter pressure is a little high, so I'm going to shut off the pump, put the valve to one direction so when it gets air it only goes one way, let off the air from there, and I need a 1/2-inch wrench, so let me go grab one and I'll be back. So here we are, 1/2-inch wrench, loosening this up. It's kind of a pain in the butt. It'd be nice if I had a socket deep enough for that whole thread, but oh well. Let me set the camera down so that way I can have two views. Take that off, and those are the filters. Now those are white, but if you look up here, there's a bunch of this stuff, and it's fine plant matter, mainly from palm trees, because this time of year the palm trees drop a lot of that kind of stuff. So you gotta take out normally these four pieces are stuck together, but this setup's like 10 years old, and after 10 years stuff breaks. First one. They just pop out of those sockets. Now, the reason they're white but clogged up is actually because we messed up two things, actually. First off, this shock we kept putting in the pool would cause the itty-bitty pleats in the filters to get clogged up by almost microscopic particles. So every time we clean them, they get dirtier when we take them out because we don't use that shock anymore. I'm not going to use this. So the issue is some of those are still plugged up from the white shock, not the dirt itself. So to do this, you could either use a pressure washer type setup, but personally I just like to use the hose. Now we're in a place where the water can flow nicely, so I'm going to close the waterproof housing. Alright, so now those filters are clean. I used a hose on all of them. I was planning on swapping out to the pressure washer, but considering that I was just trying to get it done, I didn't. So now what we have to do is essentially, this is the pool filter tank. And if you look in the bottom of there, there's a lot of dirt in there. So what we need to do is we need to pull the plug at the bottom. I'll show you that here in a moment, but we need to pull the plug so it can drain. So we'll do that right now. So here around the back by pipes, at least on this one down here, there's a plug, as you can see, and it twists. So now that that plug is out, you want to wash out the inside of the tank. So now that dirt's not going right back into your filters. Then you could go ahead and put the plug right back in, and then go ahead and start assembling your filters. Now, I can't guarantee that every filter is going to have this plug, every setup, so it may vary, but make sure that is in there tight. So now, this piece goes in like so, and we grab the filters, and put them in there. Now you want to make sure that inlet has plenty of space by your filter, well, enough so that the water can get around. You need to go get a couple more filters. So now those are back in there. We'll put on the caps. There we go. So now that's in, all these are tight, the zip tie is on there. Now we need to take this rubber seal around the edges, set that aside, and spritz any dirt from around there out of there. Then you take the rubber seal, and in this, you could either use like a towel rag or whatever, get it wet, and get any dirt off of it. Now you gotta put it around the edge. Now that's a two-hand job, so sometimes you need to use more than that, like your knees or something. Put that on. There we go. So it's on around the outside. Now we can go ahead and put the lid on. Make sure this vent hole is facing away from like the controls and whatever. I'm just set you down real quick. Just gotta put the ring on. You have your washer and or nut. is, you see how far apart those are? You want to get those about like that, if not better. So that's about as hand tight as I could go. Okay, so now that's tightened. Here comes the challenging part. You gotta have this open. You gotta turn on the pump and quickly switch to a different valve so that it could get some water pulled. So as you can see, it's pulling and a bunch of air is coming out. Now you want to have this open or else it will explode. It builds a lot of pressure. You can go ahead and also change your valves until water comes out. So once the water comes out, check for leaks. Doesn't appear to have any leaks. So we're good. Now what you want to do is go like that, because what that does is that gets the air out of the filters. So now as you can see, it's cleaner than what we started at. So if it's lower pressure, readjust your start bit. If it's a higher pressure, leave it. So those are at about 15 pounds. So now you slowly want to bleed the air out of your the line that you had as your overflow. And before, the pool sweeper wouldn't work, and now the pool sweeper does work. So that is how to clean pool filters. I got the pressure washer out, so I'm going to pressure wash this deck. So if you guys want to keep watching me pressure wash this deck, go for it. Other than that, thanks for watching.